Okay, today I'll be teaching you how to make a logo in Cinema 4D R12. This would be for a logo for YouTube or, pretty much anything, a background, whatever. So you want to go up here to MoGraph. And you want to go down to MoText. Once that comes up, first off, put whatever text you want in. I guess for the sake of the tutorial, I'm going to put a W here. I'm going to change the depth to 80. And then you want to go to caps. You want to make the start cap a fillet cap, the end cap a fillet cap. Also, you want to check constrain. So there we have that. There's your W. Okay, so now you want to click on the MoText right here. You want to hit Control C and now Control V, and then you notice it gives you another one the exact same. You want to change the depth on the second one to 20. Once again, go to caps, leave these alone, but you want to come down here and unclick constrain, and you'll notice that it gives you like a ridge. You want to get it the best you can right in the middle. Something like that. You can play around with it, but try not to move it too much or you'll run into the problem I'm having now getting it back. But yeah, something like that. Like I said, this is very easy. And as you can see, it's not centered, but it doesn't really matter. You won't be able to tell. Okay, so now you want to copy, well, highlight both of these as I just did. You want to hit Control C and Control V again. Now, it will give you 2 and 3. You want to copy these, and now you can move them and go into Object and change it to whatever your second letter for your logo is going to be. In my case, it's a D. So I'll change that to a D and change that to a D. And now you have 2 separate letters for your logo. Nothing fancy, just, yeah. Okay, so next, you want to come down and double click down here. This is where your colors are going to be. And double click that once it pops up. Here's your color, diffusion, luminance. You want to double click this. Pick your first color, doesn't really matter what it is, just whatever you want your color to be. I'll go with black. And you want to turn reflection on. Change this. In specular, you want to go to the mode and change it to metal. Brightness, change that to 25. So it'll look something like that, like a black metal or chrome. Okay, so that one's done. You can take that and drag it right on to your first layer of your letters, and it'll look like that. Next, you want to come down here and double click again, and choose your second color. For this color, I guess I'll just use a red. And you want the brightness at 100. Once again, turn reflection on. Change this to 25. And for this one, you want to go here, leave the mode plastic. And the glow, you're going to want the inner strength at 25, the outer strength at 125. I mean, you can mess around with what you want the strengths, but that's just your pretty basic. Just in case you didn't see it, everything's like that. So you take this color now, and you put it on the back. And it'll look something like that. Now you can render it. And it's got a little glow to it, but not much. Like I said, you can mess around with that and, you know, make the glow more, like a more pop. It's all up to you. Now, you're just about done. You're going to want to, well, first off, you can highlight this and move it, you know, wherever you want, really. You put it right there. So it's kind of in there. And then you can hit, highlight these again. You come up here and you hit the, like, this tool right here, which allows you to move it in pretty much, you know, any direction you really want to. And then, you know, I don't really know. You can just put it wherever you want. It doesn't much matter. Click this tool, get back to your pointer, and there you go. It will say, you know, whatever letters you choose. Now if you notice, you can't see some of the red up here. It's kind of hard to see, so you might want to, you know, bring the D at an angle you can see a little better. Make it pop a little bit more. There we go. Okay, now as far as render settings, you're going to want to go to output first. Change your width to 1280, your height 720. Go down here to save, you know, pretty much wherever you want it. You want it on your desktop, put, you know, in your desktop. It's pretty self-explanatory. And for the format for R12, you want to hit PNG. And always remember to also check alpha channel. Now it will save wherever you have it to save to. Exit that and hit this button right here, the middle of the three, and it will render it to wherever you saved it. So that is part one of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, and we're back. I was going to make a second part to this video, but I figured I could just throw it in here because it won't take much time. So anyways, the second part to making, you know, the background to your logo pretty much is using Photoshop. This is CS6. I mean, it should be pretty much the same for any version, but just letting you know. So you want to go up to, once you open Photoshop, you want to go up to Image, go down to Canvas Size. You want to change the inches or centimeters, whatever it may be, into pixels, and 500 by 500, and hit OK. It'll give you this little warning. You can just hit Proceed. So now that you have that, you want to go to Open, go down and find wherever you may have saved your logo, which mine happened to be on my desktop. And you'll get this. You're going to drag this so it makes another window. And then you're going to drag this out of this window and add it to this one. And now you can exit out of this if you want. You know, put it to wherever you can see it. Now, you'll notice it doesn't quite fit. What you want to do is hit Control T, and that'll outline it so you can move it to wherever you need to move it to. Or, I mean, resize it, yeah. Yeah, that's, yeah, maybe a little bit smaller. That's pretty much what you want to do. Now that that part's done, you head over here and delete this so you only have this layer. You want to go down to your Add a Layer icon. You want to drag this layer under your actual logo. Now, you want to right click, blending options. I'm going to go down to gradient overlay, and you want to click on gradient. Now, you know, this will pretty much tell you, you can pick how you want it. and this is your first color. You always want your first color is going to be the main color in the middle of the screen. Your second color is going to be the color that pretty much surrounds it. So for my first color, I guess I'm just going to go with red. And second color will be black. Okay, and then you want to hit OK. And hit OK. And go to your gradient fill, which is right here, your gradient tool. Click that, I'm going to drag and drop. And that's pretty much how it's going to be. You know, you can have it, you know, I chose mine to be black at the top and getting more red toward the bottom, but you can have it black around the edges, red in the middle, you know, the opposite. It's pretty much endless. You can have it pretty much any way you want. Now, well, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I mean, you can mess around with some of the different effects and stuff like that. But as you can see the reflection here from it being metal and C4D, and it just looks nice as a simple background. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks.